So what's up? So I do want to talk about the mouthwashing controversy. So it's a indie game that I believe is like quite popular that came out not long ago. And there was this whole controversy about a drawing that a fan artist made. They made fan art of the character, and this is the fan art. And so the huge thing about this is apparently this character in the game, spoilers, is a sexual assault survivor, and people are mad that she was drawn like in a sexual way because normally she looks I think more like this. Actually, I'm not sure if normally because she might be in like bandages or something, but essentially she looks like, she doesn't look like this. Like this makes her looks like a completely different character, and she's sexualized in this picture and everything. And so the artist who drew this got harassed, and eventually he ended up apologizing to, I guess, the community or like the people harassing him. That he shouldn't have drawn her that way, and yada yada yada. And then later on, the developer of the game, he defended the fan artist, saying he shouldn't be harassed and all that. I think in this message, some mouthwash fan creators have been receiving harassment over works that others have found distasteful. If you see fan works that you do not like, block, ignore it. Any form of harassment is unacceptable. If you can't be respectful and considerate, this fandom is not the place for you. And this is a good response. He disavows harassment. That's really good. And then, wait, is this? Oh yeah, this was the fan artist who made the art. I apologize for making everyone feel uncomfortable. I was listening to a live video of this game while I was drawing, and the moment I saw Anya, I thought she was cute, so I drew her. I haven't watched everything thoroughly, so I don't know much about this character. Sorry, everyone. So I think the argument is interesting. A lot of people are saying because she went through SA as a character, you shouldn't draw her in this sexual way. So, I mean, my problem with the argument is, I mean, one, the essay isn't real. Like, she's a fictional character, so therefore, the essay she experienced is also not real. Second, does that mean in real life, if you experience SA, you cannot sexualize yourself? Like, I think that those two like arguments kind of break um, they kind of break that argument, the argument that she experienced SA. Because at the end of the day, she's just a drawing. She's a fictional character, so none of this really matters. And some people say, like, if you draw her that way, it kind of leads to sexual assault or something like that. But it's just hard to take seriously. But let's continue this. It was then that Cyrate, one of game sound designers and composers, went off how the anti-woke crowd had found the game and that this was making him sick to his stomach. He blasted Asmongold, who also earlier had made a tweet about myself and how I was not welcome at the table. I never commented on the game at that time. When confronted, he doubled down, saying Asmongold's comments means anti-gay and anti-me as a dev, and that he does not want Asmongold playing it because it was making me feel like absolute feed. So, I mean, this guy needs to like get off Twitter, or it's just the internet. Like, it's not a big deal. And Asmongold's comments, he thought the developer did a good job going against harassment and stuff, and he was interested in playing the game. And as of this video, I believe he already played the game and gave the game a good rating. So honestly, Asmongold will just give it free advertising. Advertising you normally have to pay like probably thousands of dollars for. So all in all, I don't like. It seems like a terrible response, really, from the what was he, sound designer? Yeah, one of the sound designers. So yeah, I think it's unfortunate that the sound designer would respond this way, especially since Asmongold didn't say anything bad. It's just very online thinking. And yeah, that's my like stance really. I think you should be able to make fan art of anything, any fictional character, whether they experience essay or not, because it's not real. It's imaginary, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, I think the argument is just solid. Yeah, I think that just a drawing argument is just too solid. And Asmongold shouldn't have been shit on like this, but people be doing that. And I guess that's all I have to say, really. Oh yeah, actually, there's something else beyond this as well. Um, there's Grums. So it's cool to create a hypersexualized art of a character who was raped. It won't lead to anything. Grum 20 minutes later, these gifts with my anime PFP are death threats. They want to kill me. This is a call to violence. So a lot of people are creating gifs of like Grums, I don't know, getting killed by, I don't know, a cartoon or something. But basically just like photoshopping his face over something, and presumably that represents like Grums being killed or, something. And I think this is different because Grums is a real person and his avatar represents him. Also, the motivation for the people is because they hate his opinion. And honestly, objectively speaking, they would be glad if Grums was removed from the planet. If he was like unalived. Especially based on the comments towards, like, for example, the Trump assassination, where Trump was like literally almost assassinated, and people making jokes and stuff like that. A lot of the same people hate Grums as well. So the people's motivation for doing this is because they hate him and do want him to be unalived. The motivation for the fan artists is that they just wanted to make a sexy character. Like that's it. Like they don't have any motivation towards SA or whatever. And also, um, let me see. It won't lead to anything. I don't believe any of these Grums posts will lead to someone killing him. Like, I also don't believe it'll lead to anything. I'm not sure if Grum said it will lead to anything. Like he said, this is a call to violence. I do think it's kind of like a death threat. Like I don't think it's a credible death threat, but I think you could probably call it a death threat. Honestly, like I think it's more of an expression of like them wanting Grums to be killed. Like that's also I probably shouldn't say that. I mean, maybe I'll edit that. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's an expression that they want Grums to be unalived. I'm not sure if that's considered a death threat or not. But I don't think it's like really credible. Like I don't think because people do this, like they'll unalive Grums. Because Grums he's been through worse, okay? He's been through worse, and I don't think there's any evidence like implying that these actions would lead to a higher likelihood of Grums dying. I don't think there's any evidence behind that. So yeah, I think that's the difference. Anya is fictional, Grums is real. And the motivation behind the Anya pictures are just to make it like a sexy character. And to capitalize on the game's popularity by making a sexy character of a popular game. Which could then make you more popular. And people would be more interested in like the content you make and stuff like that. So yeah. So I guess that's it. That's all I want to say. Peace.